On this week's episode of One Up Me, we cover Riot's plethora of new games. Enjoy the show.
What's up, everybody? I would like Jordan to repeat what century he thinks it is to the audience.
20th. It's the 20th century.
Have you always thought that, or did you not know it's the 21st century for real? For real?
No, I just misspoke. Of course, I know it's the 21st
I don't know,
century.
man. When you said it, it sounds like you're rewriting history over here. Because should I eat this fish stick?
Yeah, there's starving children in Africa.
Should I? Wait, no.
Well, there's starving children everywhere.
Seriously. Did you actually not know it was the 21st century?
No, I did. I just took this gummy and I'm kind of out of it.
Uh-huh.
But no, it is indeed the 21st century.
I don't know, man. You look like I'm just saying it looked like it was news to you.
I think it's just a combination of being tired.
Okay, I think I'm going to have to read the news today.
Yes.
You got your head over there.
100%.
Looking so
yes.
Okay. I guess I'll have to just take you for your word. How was your weekend? We'll go with. I guess we don't have to go into the what I have trademarked for today. I'm being very, what's that called? You have the same letter in front of like Clark Kent, although it's not. Kent starts with a K, or Peter Parker. It's
Why is the English major
alliteration? I'm not an English major. Alliteration.
that?
Weekly weeaboo. Whoa, man. We'll talk about that in a minute. But have you done anything up? Can they hear that?
They can if we don't talk.
The demon just entered our apartment.
Yes.
Okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Have you done anything else besides the weekly weeaboo moment?
No, that's literally all I did.
That's all you did? Okay.
That's
Do you
all
just
I
want to
did.
go in and get into that?
We can go over what you've been playing. I'm actually really curious about this first one.
Okay,
So I opened it and I was like, oh shit.
yeah, I picked up Games Pass last week, and I picked up an Xbox 3. I picked up an Xbox One controller. Actually, I picked up 3, so we can talk about this. I didn't even think about this.
I was gone for 3 days.
I went to GameStop, and I decided I wanted to pick up an Xbox One controller because that's what it most easily supports on Game Pass. And the first one I got, I loved it. It worked wonderfully for about 2 or 3 hours, and then it randomly just cut out and it would not stay connected. So the next morning, I went back to GameStop, traded it in, or I didn't really trade it in. I just swapped it for another used controller. And this is, I brought it home, and it worked perfectly. But apparently I have thumbs as soft as a baby's bottom because the Xbox One controllers, I've used them before. I never realized this, but they have these ridges, I guess, or grips, so your thumb won't slip, I guess. But they were rubbing my thumbs. I loved it, everything else about it besides this. So I took it to GameStop, and they were talking, or they said that, that this is a thing that exists in all the controllers. I thought it was like certain versions had it, certain versions don't. Apparently I was wrong. So it ended up being that they just had somebody bring in a controller to trade in, and that person had used the controller long enough, I guess like the first controller, to rub off a lot of the grip. So I got it, and it feels great, and apparently I have baby thumbs. I don't like the PS4 do not have. If you have a PS4 and an Xbox One controller, and the Xbox still have the ridges, you can compare them. The PS4 does not have it. I don't remember the Xbox 360 having it. The PS3 doesn't have it. The Nintendo Switch doesn't have it. So I was never used to it, and it was rubbing my thumbs. And I am a child, so that bothered me enough to where I had to take it back.
People actually they put the grips on their controllers, right? You've seen those before.
Oh, yeah, I could spend $20 on one of those, or I could find someone that somebody has used.
No, I'm talking about the actual grips that go over the analog stick.
I know, those cost money. They don't give those out for free.
I know that they cost money, and I'm just saying that you've never seen that people want them more grippy sometimes.
Oh yeah, I know that, but
Okay.
that's not what this was. This was the stock.
Well, yeah, I'm just
sticks.
saying that it's. I never thought of anyone wanting their triggers or joysticks less grippy,
Well, I mean,
but it's okay.
when you ascend to my level of gamerness, you know that you needed less grip because you're trying to give everyone else more of a chance, you know.
True.
But out of the games I actually played, the first one I have on here is Forza Horizon 4. I really like it. When I was playing it, had a smile on my face. I kind of liken it to Doom. It doesn't look like Doom. It doesn't play like Doom. But it feels excellent to play, much like Doom. I should write an article about that. About Doom versus... Yeah, I'm going to write that down real quick. Hold on. Doom versus Forza. Article. Okay, sorry. Anyway, it feels amazing. The game is beautiful. The music is great. All this is kind of like Doom. I played Forza on the Xbox 360. It might have been the first one. I'm not sure. And I love it. I think that game is so much better than Gran Turismo. And I also think it's better than Drive Club. Although I also think Drive Club is better than Gran Turismo. I don't know if there is a normal Forza and a Forza Horizon series. But this one is more kind of almost story based. There's off-road missions. There's like racetrack missions. I really like it, and it's great. It's comes with Game Pass. I really think I might keep Game Pass for the long haul now. Also on Game Pass, I was also able to trade in like 2 games that I had and get a little cash. So yeah, because so many games are on Game Pass, I traded in Bloodstained for the Switch, which apparently has performance issues on the Switch anyway. I know I've talked about that in the podcast in the past. I was just gonna wait to play that game until it got patched, but they were whoever made it announced that it was gonna be next year, or like early next year or so, until they patched it because I wanted to do it in one big patch. So I just traded that in the GameStop, downloaded it on Game Pass. That game is fantastic. They did a fantastic job on that game. It's very pretty, very anime, but I can let that go because it is pretty. But it feels great. It's a very good Castlevania or Metroidvania game. If you like Metroidvanias, highly recommend. And then I picked up Catherine, the remake, Catherine Full Body. I think I'm probably about halfway through that game. I don't think it's that long. It's very good. Atlas, who, if you don't know, they also make the Persona series. They are absolute masters at their craft. I mean, they make masterful RPGs, and then they turn around and they do the same thing with a puzzle game. I mean, how many people can do that, you know? Also, it's pretty. It's got a bunch of amazing music. Not only does it have its own music that's great, but it also has music from other games, Persona 5, Persona 3, Persona 4. I believe it has all of those. And I know it's got more. It's great. Got a great story, very complex story about someone in their 20s or 30s who just finds himself in, I don't want to say a relatable, but a somewhat relatable predicament. And it's, I don't know, it's really interesting. And it's kind of sad, but it's also mysterious. Very much enjoy it. It's not something that only Japanese people would understand, or only men would understand, or only young people would understand. It's something that anybody could understand. I don't want to give away too much. I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I mean, you were away all weekend, so also played some Apex Shadowfall. I think me and you played some. Nope, we cannot play that together. What am I talking about?
We tried to queue up together, then realized we didn't actually could play together, and then we did play some.
We played some Destiny 2 together. We could talk about that in a minute. But I really like it. It's far from perfect. I kind of wish that they just spookified both of the maps.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the best parts. I love the fact that it's a single drop. But there's a problem with that. I tweeted about this actually. Go follow me at Ryan Divisions. Okay, that's a real cough now. And anyway, the biggest problem is people treat it like singles, like solos. So they drop the point of the game is that you drop by yourself. If you die, if you get killed, you come back as a zombie type creature. You can run faster. You 2-shot, I think, any armor, maybe 3-shot if they have purple. And once you die, you turn on the other living players and try to kill all of them before they can get back to a dropship, kind of like at the end of the Titanfall multiplayer, the losers tried to get back to the dropship, and they would lose less points or something if they did that. I can't remember. I haven't played Titanfall 2 in a long time. But so that's the point of the game. The problem is people are treating it as solos, so they'll drop and they'll die, and then they will leave the game. So there's 35 players to start with, and by the end of the game, there should be 3, 4, 5 people, maybe at the very end when they're trying to get to the dropship. So even if there's 10 people, if it works like it does, it should be okay. So there should be like 25 to 30 zombies chasing after 5, 3, 4, 5, 10. 10 is a lot. That's like the most.
Out of all the matches I've ever seen, yeah.
But that's like the most. I've only ever seen that like once.
You're saying.
But see, it would be fair because they have so many numbers. But the problem is, there'll be like 10 zombies to 10 legends, and the legends have guns, and it's way easier for the legends to just stand there and mow down 10 zombies than it is for the zombies, because you get killed in like one shot as a zombie. So it's what becomes supposed to be a challenge for the legends. Almost becomes, it's not easy for you to win as an individual, but what is easy is for the legends to win. So it's kind of I don't know. I don't know what Respawn could do about it, because I don't think that they should be laying the ban hammer down for something like this. Maybe they can incentivize staying. Maybe they can incentivize winning more.
If you win 5 in a row, you get a loot box,
or even that would be great. I know. Once again, their skins are super expensive. I already had 10,000 Apex coins, so I'm not gonna lie. I broke down and I bought this Wraith skin. Their skins have it's a witch skin. As you know, it's Spooktober and whatnot. I really, really like it. It's a beautiful skin. I think that their recent skins, especially some of the ones from events, are amazing. They're really like Blizzard level.
I want them, but I just can't bring myself to buy them.
They're so expensive. If I didn't happen to have 1,000 Apex coins, it would have cost me. Actually, it cost me $10 because you can't spend. You can't buy in increments of 5 or 1,000 or something. Yeah. It's 10,000 is the least you can buy, or 1,000. I'm sorry, which is $10.
I think it would cost me $40 to get one skin that I want.
It should only cost you 20.
That's what. Yeah. I forgot the values of. Yeah, I forgot the quantities of gems.
So they're the new legendaries cost 2,000 Apex coins, which is $20. That's so much money. That is so much money. At $10 I could maybe see picking this up, which I did. But I mean, I can't talk. I picked up the Boardwalker skin, which cost me $20.
Yeah, I really want I don't play him, but I really want the Gibraltar skin.
Oh, the Gibby skin looks great.
I want that. I want the Cossack skin, but I can't drop $100 into this game just for some skins.
No, part of me, honestly, I was thinking about this pretty hard almost, as far as I can think about this kind of thing. But what if we didn't even get the next Battle Pass and we just use the $10 we would get on the Battle Pass to just buy a skin? Yeah. I would honestly rather do that. The Battle Pass is way better than was the first, but there's still not a whole lot of stuff on there that I want until later levels, which I'm probably not going to get to past level 50.
Yeah.
Get to play a lot.
Yeah, you do. But man, yeah, I want those skins.
Yeah, the skins are amazing. Go look at the skins. And I also been watching some spooky movies. That's right. I watched a couple of goofy movies, and then I watched kind of a more serious one today. It was like a Western horror. I think it was called Bone Tomahawk or something like that. It's actually really interesting. It is a little gory. There's one scene that's really gory. I don't really want. I guess I won't go into details because it is pretty gory. I know some people were squeamish. But that was good. It had the guy from Peter Quill's dad. I think he plays in. I think he's in Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
That made me think of. I started watching on my lunch break today. 2 episodes of Paul Rudd's new Netflix show, Living with Yourself.
Paul Rudd. Oh, that's
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man and a bunch of us. Oh yeah, he's great. I love you. I love you. I love you, best man. I love you, man.
Mm-hmm, yeah, I
Is
saw
that
it.
what it's called? I love you,
It
man.
is. So I started watching that, and it's a really interesting show.
He's a great actor.
So
Even though I couldn't remember who he was for a second.
yeah, it's okay.
But yeah, I watched that. I cannot remember. It's called Bone Tomahawk or something. It's a horror, quote unquote, western. I like a good western every once in a while. I love 310 to Yuma. What's it called? It's one of my favorite movies of the last 10 years. Hell or High Water is probably one of my favorite movies of the last 10 years. It's kind of like a modern western. It's really, really good. But I also watched, I think it was called Demon Wind. It was something from the 80s, I think. Just this super goofy, campy horror movie. It looks like it was made by some college students almost.
I want to watch some more Spooks.
Yeah.
On the way there and back, I listened, or maybe just on the way there. Doesn't matter. When I was in the car, I listened to a Spook Halloween. Well, it's not really a Halloween. They do it year round, but it's a video game creepypasta podcast. It's really good.
Yeah, there's this one podcast. I think that he does extra podcasts during October or something. But his whole shtick is spooky stuff. It's one of the probably biggest podcasts in the world, actually. But it's lore.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
good.
great spooky podcast.
The one I was talking about is called The Cabinet. If you want video games plus creepypastas, they do a really, really good job over there. So,
but the only one I wrote down on my list here was a movie you've probably heard of it. It's called Event Horizon, but it is basically an alien-esque horror space sci-fi movie.
Okay.
Except it's way worse.
Ooh.
It's super goofy. But I think it's supposed to be serious. It's got
It's supposed to be serious?
yeah, it's got, I think it's Lawrence Fishburne. He plays what's his name in The Matrix? Is that him? Is that Lawrence? Is that Lawrence? We go by first name basis.
Yeah, I think it's Lawrence.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. This movie came out probably no more than a few years after before The Matrix. He looks like he's 25 in this. He looks like he's like 40 in The Matrix.
Yeah, they do a lot of hard drugs for the Matrix.
I swear. But, I mean, it wasn't the worst movie I've ever seen. It wasn't Suicide Squad or something. But it was pretty bad. They start seeing things. And, like, the first guy that sees things is just automatically assumes it's a demon or something. He's like, oh, man, the ship's alive. Like, why was that the first thing you jumped to? Why not, oh, man, I think I might have had a bad reaction or something. No, the first thing they jump to is the ship's turned into a demon. It's super goofy. It's fairly bloody, but not. I was kind of expecting a bunch of crazy death scenes, but there's not really any. Yeah, I just go watch Alien. I will say that. I guess spoilers for Event Horizon. Turns out, this guy makes a ship, and he uses energy from gravity and magnetism to make a black hole. It doesn't make any sense the way he explains it. And he uses what looks like technology from some, like literally what you would make an alien from Aliens out of. And he gives his ship the ability to, Stranger Things style, when he turns the paper over and pokes a pencil through it, do that and hop through space to go to other places in space. But the ship ends up going to, they kind of believe that it might be literal hell, and gets like taken over and turned into a demon, comes back, and then kind of drives all the crew crazy and kills all the crew. And that's kind of the plot of the movie. And I thought that had some interesting elements to it, but they did not pull it off whatsoever. But yeah, that was I guess my past week. But Jordan, you went on a regionals for Cardfight Vanguard, and it is time for this week's weekly Weeaboo. Whoa, mint.
So yes, I traveled long and far.
Should get like a theme song for that or something.
We should do a lot of things. So,
No.
but yeah, I traveled long and far, all the way, a couple states over.
You can't let them know where we are.
That's why I just said a couple
We're
states
in
over.
England.
I traveled across the pond. So yes, I traveled long and far to play in a Cardfight Vanguard Regionals. And as you can tell by the enthusiasm in my voice,
He won!
I am still very tired. My mind is very shot. So you want to know my record?
I'm gonna guess you won.
No.
Yeah, no. I think I heard it, but sure, go ahead.
I went 4
And 5.
4 and 4. Because there was only 8 rounds.
Oh, only 8 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Pokemon. I think Pokemon Regionals have 9.
There was going to be 9 rounds, but they did 2 separate blocks. They did Block A and Block B. So there was a top 8 in Block A and a top 8 in Block B because there was that many players. I know it's weird.
They changed it on the fly?
I think so.
Okay.
Because they didn't, yeah, because then it would have been, I don't know, logistics. So, but I had a lot of fun. By the end of it, I was so tired because I had to drive there and drive back. And then we had another tournament at our local shop because there was a sneak peek for the new set that's coming out this upcoming weekend. And boy, am I still tired from that. So, but it was fun. Had a lot of good memories. Me and a friend got offered to drugs on the trip.
Okay.
In the hotel. I was like, hey man, I can't afford. I just need like $18, man. Like, come on.
It's so specific.
And it was like, what? It's like, hey, you got $18? It's like, no, we only brought $2 down for the vending machine. Oh, okay, well,
I'll take $2.
We just spent it in the vending machine. Oh, okay, well, I got some weed, man.
Okay, I thought you were talking about like hard drugs.
No, just weed.
I got some cocaine, man.
I'd have been like, no, I don't do hard drugs unless your doctor prescribes them. So, but yeah, it was a really good trip. I'm excited for it. There was rustling and talk of us maybe going to Canada in a couple months.
You're going to go to Canada.
I would like to go, but it doesn't sound like anybody else is going to go. So
Why would you go to Canada? Canada is the worst. It's the worst place in the world.
For another regionals. To do the same thing just in a couple months. So.
I'm not gonna stress. I wouldn't want to go to Canada.
I really want to go to Canada. I have a passport that ain't got no stamps in it, and I got some friends.
You have a passport. Get out of the country.
I had to have and I had to have one when I was on another trip before, just as identification, because sometimes they wouldn't accept a driver's license.
Where in the United States won't accept a driver's license?
New Mexico.
That's
because they give driver's license to people, and then at the time, anybody that lived there for 6 months could have a driver's license. So a bunch of illegals would get driver's license, and they didn't actually.
Did they not have to take the driver's test? They must have, obviously.
Well, yeah, but you could still get them, and then it was a legal form of ID, and so you had a bunch of illegals with legals. It was a big thing. Well, so we had to have passports so that we could prove that we were U.S. citizens.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why I have a passport.
Okay. That's the story. So you enjoyed your time there?
Yes, I am very tired.
Canada. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't. Nobody else was kind of just like, yeah, let's go. And so
I wouldn't want to go.
Also, I think it'd be very expensive because.
Were you gonna drive 14 hours to Canada?
Hell no.
So you're gonna fly?
I mean, I would probably fly, but it would be way too expensive for everybody. Driving to the most local airport, getting on the plane there, so it would be, I don't know, like it'd be very expensive. It would be a very expensive trip, especially with this being, I think it's in 2 months or something.
Yeah.
So it'd just be too expensive to go currently. But I had a fun time. It was fun. I'm excited to get this.
What about your? You went to the locals too, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Bet you're doing that.
Not well. Not well. We were all.
I'm surprised they even made. I know after.
Well, it made because we showed up.
Yeah.
Because we got back.
I'd just be tired and go home.
A lot of us did. We only did 3 rounds, and we were all just like, well, let's go. So, yeah, it was just, we were all just like, we're play, this, that, draw. And so it was just, we were very tired. I think hopefully by tomorrow I'll be recovered and have played catch up on sleep.
I got you.
And I'll be back to 100%, hopefully.
Let's talk a bit about some Gears of War.
Sure.
As you may know, Gears of War 5 came out recently, but apparently there are, as I've written here, big penalties for quitters. I saw one. This is on GameSpot. One guy got banned for 2 years. Just tell me when. Oh yeah, apparently Gears of War communications boss Dana Sissons tweeted out, Gears 5 quit penalties are active. You've been warned. That's pretty intimidating.
It is. I get they're trying to make the game a better place overall, but 2 years?
I mean, he's not wrong. He also says, quote, quitters have been... Well, I'm sorry, that's the wrong quote. He also says, we can all agree that quitters ruin the game for everyone. So this is just the first step down that path, end quote. And it's really annoying when you're playing Overwatch or, you're playing Apex Legends like I was talking about earlier, and just a bunch of people quit. It's annoying. It ruins the game, makes the game less competitive. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. It can tilt people. I'm kind of glad. It is harsh. It is very harsh. My only worry is, what if you disconnect?
They cover that. They allowed players who drop a connection to rejoin. Also, they added a behind-the-scenes system that allows players to work off strikes against their account in case of one-time quitting.
I wonder if any of these systems, I know fighting games have this because fighting games have a problem with rage quitters. I wonder if any of these systems have a built-in radar or something, a way to detect if your internet drops.
I would think so.
I mean, that would seem like a good workaround. Obviously, you could run in here. I could walk in our living room and pull out the plug for our router, and it would count as a disconnection. But who's gonna do that?
Yeah, true.
I don't want to meet the person who do that.
Yeah, it's like people that tuck in T-shirts. Just not good news.
No. But I think this is good news. It is harsh, like I said, but overall, I think because most people don't quit. I think one person quits, and in the case of Overwatch, that's a same thing for Apex. So that's 1/3 of your team. And in the case of Apex, your healer drops. Oh, you have one less healer. It's pretty much a guaranteed loss. So yeah, I think that this is I think it's good. We have some I'll say smaller news. If you are interested in Steam's, we talked about this last week. They have a quote play together feature, remote play together, which allows you, if you own a co-op game and you have a friend that wants to play with you, you can use this feature to kind of share the game to play together.
Yeah, it's currently in beta right now. So if you'd like to test that out with a friend, just both have Steam, try it out and see what's what. I definitely think it will take some pretty good internet for this to work properly, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It will obviously, I think puzzle games and stuff will be better.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to play some super accurate action game, it might be more of a problem. I am still interested. I guess I could look it up. They might have talked about it. Do you have to opt into this if you want to put your game on Steam? And if you want to be on PC, you pretty much have to put your game on Steam.
Oh yeah.
So that is something that interests me. Another little small thing, because a lot of people said it might be kind of a troll. Apparently, Okami might be getting a sequel. Let me pull this up real quick.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, Okami sequel.
That's really interesting.
This was on Twitter. Give me just another second.
Was it a screenshot?
No. What?
I didn't know if it was like a screenshot or a video or just like an ominous tweet.
No, it was a tweet. It's Ikuma Nakamura, who, if you might remember, was the woman who was Tango Gameworks. She came out. Everyone loved her.
Yeah, adorable.
Yeah. She and someone else. I definitely recognize this guy. Somebody from Platinum. they said Okami is going to be back. We want to make Okami. We want to make Okami sequel, and fans are going to forward to it too, or looking forward to it too. You guys want to see Kamiya's Okami again, right? Everyone, I want to work on it too. So she tweeted that out. Okay.
Oh, okay.
But people are saying, for instance, Games Radar, it kind of points out that he has done things like this in the past and kind of trolled fans. So, all you Okami fans, maybe hope for this, but realize that with a grain of salt that this might not be real. I never played Okami. I've heard nothing but good things about it, though.
Same. It's just kind of, I've seen it, watched
really
some stuff
pretty.
on it. I just haven't ever jumped into it.
They just re-released it a year or two ago for PS4, Xbox One, and I think it's on Switch. I'm not sure though. I'm not sure.
I think it's on Switch.
Yeah, I need to pick it up. I know it was on part of those Capcom 5 or Capcom 4 with back on GameCube. Apparently that PS5 dev kit we laughed at was real.
Yeah, man, this looks ugly.
It's really stupid looking. I just hope the PS5 doesn't look like this.
The thing I hate the most is it says like "Go Digital" or whatever.
Yeah,
on it.
It's giving us demands. I don't think that this is what this will look like. The PS4 dev kit did not look like the PS4. I heard somebody, I think it might have been on on Sacred Symbols, which is a PlayStation podcast, talk about maybe the V. It looks kind of like a V, so maybe V like PlayStation 5, but for the Roman numeral 5. I don't know, but it looks really dumb. But I am still excited for PlayStation 5. I won't lie. Speaking of PlayStation, Sony Bend is already making a new game. Is that right, Jordan?
Yeah, it is. It's coming from Push Square and the developers of obviously Days Gone. It was kind of hit or miss with some people.
I've heard that this actually sold really well though, so it actually does make sense.
Yeah, so
that this would get a not necessarily a sequel, but they get a new game.
Mm-hmm. So the what is the name? The
LinkedIn profile.
Thank you. Yes, they put how they're looking for quote now involved in pre-production planning for our next title. So maybe it's Days Gone 2.
That's exciting. I didn't play Days Gone, so I don't know if it was like open-ended or not.
Well, obviously, whatever happens to the end of Days Gone.
Well, it doesn't have to be a Days Gone title.
That's true. It could be a completely new
like
thing.
I said, it sold well. So. This would obviously be a PS5 game. My brother actually played and really liked Days Gone.
I wonder what Jake thought of Days Gone.
I think he liked it. I'm not sure. I heard it got when it first came out, there were so many bugs. Apparently, that was a big problem. That's probably one reason the game didn't get as good of reviews as it could have.
I do like that the game had a motorcycle. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the guy who plays Doomsday in Smallville plays the main character.
That's kind of cool.
Smallville's a weird show, but congratulations to Sony Bend. It took them long enough for this to come out, so it looks like they are not going to be on the shopping block before the PS5 comes out. And then finally, before we get into, I guess, some new games, we got Vampire the Masquerade, which is a sequel to a game from early 2000s, late 90s maybe. Oh, it's an RPG. Oh, I accidentally clicked on the Days Gone story again. See.
Oh.
What?
Nothing. I was just making sure that I didn't talk over you.
But yeah, this is coming from Eurogamer. They said that it has been delayed into the later quarters of 2020. So the people who are working on it say, "quote We need more time to get you the game you've been waiting for." They're saying that they don't want to repeat mistakes of the first one. I never played this game, but I was listening to Eurogamer's top 25 RPGs of all time, and they had one of the Vampire Masquerade games on that list. So it must be really good.
I'd reckon so. This doesn't rub me one way or the other. I like vampires.
It was cool. The trailer came out last year, I think, and it looked really cool.
So
I have hopes for it, but honestly, I'm kind of glad because between Animal Crossing and Doom and several other games I just can't think of off the top of my head are all coming out early next year, March, that kind of window. So this, oh my gosh, Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out early next year, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm very, I'm kind of glad.
Whoa,
Give me a little
Death
breathing room.
Stranding comes out super soon.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play that. Not at the, not when it first comes out, at least. I gotta have, some breathing room. I got a list. I have a whiteboard in my room, and like a fourth of that whiteboard is not that much. I'm exaggerating, but it's taken up with games I haven't played yet. So, yeah, I need to get on it. I need to get on it.
Speaking of getting on top of things, the new games for this month, this week, you can dive on into.
Yes. You want to talk about? Actually, I should probably talk about this first one because Ice Age is getting a video game. That Ice Age, with that weird squirrel thing, is getting a when Jordan read this, I think he looked it up to try to add to the list, and he goes, "That Ice Age? What? That's so weird."
I thought it was gonna be in my head. He was, Ice Age is getting a game. Oh, okay, cool. Maybe like a Civ, Ice Age, something, or like a survival game, or something interesting.
Do those games? Do those movies have Antonio Banderas in them?
Let's just say yes.
I know they have Ray Romano.
Yes, probably.
No, they definitely do. That's the only thing I know for 100% fact. Is that those? He plays the woolly mammoth. But yeah, this is going to be available now, and it's going to be on everything. I saw this and I had to. It's probably going to be bad. I don't know though.
It is puzzles, and you can throw acorns as like grenades.
Is it like a puzzle platform? So you're playing as the squirrel.
Yes.
Okay.
You're playing as Scratch or whatever he is.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move on to something probably a little more. You're probably looking forward to a little bit more. Call of Duty, the Modern Warfare. Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
No colon, no just Modern Warfare.
Yeah, it's going to be coming out October the 25th for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. This is the crossplay. This is the big version of crossplay. What's up?
I just don't realize that's coming out in 4 days.
Yeah, it's coming out late next week. Or late this week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm super hyped about this game. I've got my money that I'm going to spend on it. I don't know why I put it in a corner. Yeah, I don't want to spend it on anything else. I'm super excited about this game. I'm not really a Call of Duty person, but I liked last year's. And this year's looks like it's going to be much better, actually.
I'm solely getting it for the point of I want a cross-play game I can play with my friends.
Yeah, I've got...
with my friend that's on Xbox. So I'm getting it so I can play with him because why not?
Yeah, I have some really good friends that play Call of Duty on consoles. So I would love to play with them. My brother plays a lot on his Xbox. I have a friend that is actually super, super good. He's actually it's like semi-pro Call of Duty player and Apex player.
Now, question.
Yes.
Since you have an Xbox controller now.
No.
Okay.
I would be definitely playing with a mouse and keyboard.
Fair enough. So, moving on to The Outer World is coming out on everything.
No.
For PC only.
I think it's PC, Xbox One. I forgot to check this, dang. I think it's PC, Xbox One, and PS4.
October 25th.
That's coming out the same day as Call of Duty. If you don't know, again, this is the original creators of Fallout, I believe.
Did we ever find out if this is going to be on Games Pass?
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. It's coming. I think it's going to be on. Yeah, it says it on my Game Pass homepage.
Now, question. I am curious. Which Game Pass did you get? Did you get?
I got the PC.
Okay.
I mean, I only have a PC. There's a PC version. There's a.
I didn't know if you got the Ultimate or not.
Game. No, I didn't need the Ultimate because it does come with the games to gold, but I don't know if those games are available on PC or not. But also, it was $1 a month for what I got, and it was $15 a month for the other one. So I went ahead and got, which is a good deal.
It is a good deal.
Because I think it also comes with Spotify.
I think I'm gonna get that because one, I think it'll help with my circulation of games coming in, and also
I love it. I absolutely.
I
love
want
it.
to play the Outer Worlds.
Yeah, I believe it's coming out the day and date with, which is insane. We also got, this is a kind of a long name, The Legend of Heroes: Trails of Cold Steel 3, and that is out now, and I think it's only on PS4. This is I was gonna say that's why I kind of stumbled with my words there. I was gonna say it's kind of a Jordan-looking game, but
like a weeaboo.
It looks anime.
Oh, okay,
So,
like a Valkyria Chronicles meets.
I don't know if it's Valkyria because Valkyria
watercolors.
that's kind of a turn-based or a almost Fire Emblem-esque game. I don't know anything about this game.
Okay. The next one, man, why can't it be this date already?
I don't know.
Destiny 2 Halloween event is going to start October 29th.
I don't know why every other game that I play that does Halloween events, they give you like 2-3 weeks. This is going to give you, it's going to give you more than, but it's going to push past Halloween. I don't understand why not go until like October or November the 4th or 5th and start on the 15th or something. That doesn't make any sense. You're only going to get 2 days or 3 days of spooktacularness, you know?
I kind of understand.
I don't.
I didn't say I liked it.
I won't, and I don't pretend to.
If you think about it, if they know that people are going to be playing Overwatch and Apex during those times.
Destiny 2 is one of the most popular games in the world.
I know. I'm not saying I'm part of their
also,
marketing team.
Overwatch and Apex, they're going to still be going on the 29th.
I retract my comment.
Also, I think there's a Borderlands 3 Halloween event.
Scratch everything I said from the record.
We also, speaking of Halloween events, we got a Tetris 99 Luigi's Mansion crossover event. That's only going to be on the 31st of October, though.
Yeah, Tetris 99, or better yet, Nintendo is using Tetris 99 to promote Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, because it comes out on Halloween. I'm super looking forward to Luigi's Mansion, and I love Tetris 99, so maybe get a little crossover going on.
I will say that I really like Gooigi.
Oh,
what do you call him?
It's Gooigi.
Gooigi.
That's funny because the newest episode of South Park is called The Will Be Goo. I think it's called The Will Be Goo. And it's...
Wait, I watched that one.
Did you? Where they're giving... they're replacing the food with goo.
Goo man.
Yes.
I'm a goo man.
I'm a goo man.
What?
Yeah, apparently I haven't seen the movie. Apparently that's a There Will Be Blood reference. But yeah, I was gonna say it's funny because in that episode they're serving green goo, and now we're talking about Gooigi. That's funny.
Gooigi.
And then finally on the new games front, the Division 2 just got a big update. Maybe we'll jump back in. Probably not because I'm enjoying Destiny so much. But that is a good game, I will say.
It is.
I think I just like first-person shooters more than third-person shooters. That might be it.
Also, I think Destiny 2
the writing is so good at Destiny 2.
Yes, it is. I meant to say the Division 2 in that sentence.
Okay.
But I will say I really enjoyed Destiny 2 and the writing. Now, flowing backwards to Division 2, it is, I feel like it's one of those games that, I don't know how many people you can have in your squad, 4 or whatever, it doesn't matter. However many people. You get you and a bunch of friends and you jump on in, and then yes, I know you could use that same reasoning for Destiny 2, but it just doesn't give you the only word I can think of is oomph, you know, like it doesn't give you like that feeling of adventure.
Ah, okay, yeah. I don't think it's quite as good, but like I said, that might be just because I like FES better. I think the voice acting is great. I think it's funny. I think it's a very pretty game, and I just don't think the Division 2. I think it just comes down. It doesn't have the personality of Destiny.
That's true too. It's kind of just
kind of what we were saying. It's not as it doesn't exude personality.
Yeah.
Like we were saying, Destiny has amazing graphics. Division has good graphics, but it doesn't look like this super immersive world.
Also, I find myself thinking about Destiny 2 and the world and different stuff like that, especially coming from a Destiny 1 background, and I didn't even finish that game. I did some of the Taken King stuff, but after that I kind of just fell off just because it got so grindy. And with
Is it Taken King and I thought it was Destiny 2.
Oh, Destiny 1?
I thought the Wolf one is in Destiny 1 too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. I swore the Taken King was in the Destiny. Because I was watching Seagull last night. I thought he was doing the Destiny. I thought he was doing the Taken King. He was doing Forsaken. Forsaken King, I think it's.
Yeah.
Which looks awesome.
So there's a lot of. I will say that was a really cool boss fight in Destiny 1. So I really, really enjoy it, and I'm really glad to be back in there. And if we keep playing more of it, maybe after the Halloween event, I'll see what's on the Battle Pass.
I've thought about. I kind of want to buy. I think you should buy if you're going to buy the Battle Pass. You might as well buy the
second
expansion or whatever.
The second one, not the third one, because we still got it. We're on the first one.
No, well, there are like 3 available for free, right? Yes, there's 2. Yeah. There's 2 big meaty stories available for free. I think maybe 3, but there's at least 2.
Yeah.
And then the next one, so it's the Shadowkeep is the new one, right?
The newest one. There's one more we have to do before we go to Shadowkeep.
But we're not even done with what we're on.
We're not even done with the main one yet.
The first one.
The first one, yeah.
So
I think we still have to go do stuff on the moon and something else and yada yada.
If you buy, so it doesn't come with Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep doesn't come. They might both come with it, but so you don't have to buy Shadowkeep to get the Battle Pass.
No, you can just.
I know you can just buy the Battle Pass.
You can just buy the Battle Pass, but they did it smartly. The way they did it is they have a whole chain of free stuff that you just get if you play.
Yeah, this is like the free Battle Pass. We'll talk about another game doing that later. Okay, yeah, I'm excited. I like the game a lot. Let's move on to a game company that I have almost no experience with. For the last decade or so, Riot Games has been one of the biggest developers in the world, all based around one game, League of Legends. It seems like Valve. It seemed. What's happening? It seemed like. Oh my gosh! It seemed that like Valve, Riot didn't need to make any more games since they were making so much off of just the one. For whatever reason, that has all changed in a big way. Just this past week, Riot has announced several new games ranging from an Overwatch FPS to a Hearthstone-esque card game. Earlier this year, Riot released their official Auto Battler, which is like their auto chess game, which is Teamfight Tactics, to go up against the likes of Dota Underworlds and other auto chess games. I have actually, I just pulled up Riot, their website, and they have a big, huge list. They also came out with a cartoon. Apparently, they came out with like an anime cartoon type deal. But as far as games, they are releasing Teamfight Tactics on on phones. They're also releasing a second set. It's going to introduce a bunch of new things apparently, and that set is going to hit beta the 22nd. But mobile, they say the standalone app is going to feature crossplay, so that's nice. But it does not. I'm not seeing any kind of release date on this. So I don't know. I know Teamfight Tactics is super, super popular. I've thought about playing it, but I like Dota Underworld so much, and I don't know much about League of Legends. I want to play it, kind of, but it's pretty intimidating since I've never played it once.
The lore is really cool. Yeah. Again, it's one of those games I've hopped back and forth in. I actually met, on my travels, a professional League of Legends player.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he had a MasterCard and got point. It was really weird.
That is weird.
But yeah, he was a professional League of Legends player, maybe a semi-pro. Doesn't matter. He was either semi-pro or pro at the time.
I never know the difference.
And but yeah, he had like a League of Legends MasterCard or whatever, and it wasn't like just one. He put a theme on.
That's weird.
It was like an actual like you spend money on this card and you get in-game currency.
That's very weird.
But moving on to the rest of the things they're going to release, they're going to be releasing League of Legends Wild Rift.
Yeah, did you see what this was?
It's a redesigned 5v5 MOBA. It's going to be coming to iOS and Android, which is pretty cool because I actually downloaded a 5v5 MOBA that for some reason the Play Store thought I'd like. I downloaded it, couldn't make it through the tutorial, so maybe I'll try this out because do enjoy MOBAs.
You can go to their website. The Wild Rift website apparently has its own website. They have gameplay and more about the game. Apparently there's info about the alpha.
Okay.
And so I guess this is kind of a league for mobile, but it's actually built from the ground up.
Exactly.
Mobile.
They want it to be known that Wild Rift isn't a League PC port. It's been rebuilt from the ground up, like Ryan was saying, and it's been obviously, they worked really hard on it, and Riot does a really good job with everything they do. And just go check it out on the website.
Yeah, this looks kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe this could help me get into League. I played a little bit of oh man, what's the name of that? There's a MOBA on iOS and Android. That's
Vainglory.
Yeah, I played a little bit of Vainglory. I liked it. I didn't know how a lot of what was going on.
I watched some championships of that, and it's really, really cool.
Yeah, and next up, something that Jordan would probably like. Legends of Runeterra. It's going to be a strategy card game set in the League of Legends universe.
Well, if you know me, I love card games. I kind of tried getting pretty deep back into Artifact.
Unfortunately, that game just isn't. No one plays it. I know. Valve claims that they are working on a big update, rework thing, but I mean, so far, I think mum's the word.
They're not. Also, when I have to wait an hour for a match, and I'm playing the exact same 5 people, and it's just people.
There's probably less than 100 people on at any given time.
I would say, yeah. There was one day where I think I played, 5 or 6 matches, and at least 4 of them were with the same person.
This is a game that I think that they have a beta for right now. I was watching, I think his name is Disguised Toast. He's a big Team Bike Tactics player, and I think he also played League of Legends. It looks interesting. It doesn't look...
it's going to be on mobile, too.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Have you looked at this?
Not a lot. I've watched Disguised Toast play a little bit.
This looks like Artifact.
Oh, does it have lanes and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And crystals.
I didn't see him doing lanes.
Lanes and crystals.
Interesting. I'll check that. I'll have to check that out. Obviously, you guys should look up review or look up YouTube and Twitch channels and articles about it to see if you want to play it. There's a beta. It says right here on Riot Games. They say you can participate in a special preview from 10:15 until 10:20. RIP. So that's already over. And it says registration unlocks something, but I mean...
Yes, check that out. I just tried pre-registering for it, but I don't want to...
I guess it's pre-registration over?
No, I can't.
It says you can pre-register for a beta, but the beta's over.
Oh, I think you can just pre-register for it because you can do it on mobile, I know for sure, because you usually get perks like, oh, you're pre-registered. Here's like a free whatever.
Okay.
And I'm probably...
So if you are interested in that, you get something called the Moonstruck Poro. I'm not sure. That's probably a League of Legends thing. I am super excited about this. I like card games. I have not played any consistently, though, for about 6 months. So maybe this will get me back in. See, part of me just wants to just give up on trying physical card games and then just try to play digital, but I'm not sure.
I mean, I'm slowly getting back into Shadowverse. I think I've just realized that I really, really...
I just wish Artifact would have hit. I like that game a lot.
I do too.
If it doesn't hit, it just doesn't,
I think I'm just getting to that point where I really am accepting that I like card games.
Yeah. And I know we talked about it earlier. This isn't in this list because they already talked about earlier this year. They are making a fighting game, which is interesting. I think that's in the League of Legends universe. I did want to mention that. Man, they're making a lot of games just out of nowhere.
Which kind of makes me excited because I want to be in Riot's world, but I'm not.
Well, the only world that they had for 10 years was League of Legends.
Exactly, and now I can be a part of it.
Maybe that'll get you into League of Legends.
Yeah, because I think I've spent money on League of Legends, but that's a story for another day.
I guess. Finally, last but not least, something called Project A. This seems to be some sort of an Overwatch shooter. They call it a stylish, competitive, character-based tactical shooter. I think there are some very, very limited videos of this. It definitely looks interesting. They said they're not that far into it, so I'm thinking probably late next year at the earliest. I'm getting, I don't know. I'm kind of looking for a new game to play, and a lot of these sound exciting to me.
Like a new game to play.
What
Just
is that?
I think it's someone's one of our neighbors that we share a wall with. That,
Okay,
is
yeah.
trying to some water.
And Overwatch, I love the game. It's still one of probably my top 10 favorite games of all time. But I would like to try something different, and this looks kind of like Overwatch, but kind of not. I was watching, I think it was a Your Overwatch video, and they're talking about how Overwatch has kind of a problem figuring out if they want to be competitive or not competitive, and it's been 3 years. And yeah, we'll talk about more about Overwatch later in this episode.
Okay.
But I'm super interested in this. Look at the footage list. It looks interesting.
Yeah, I know I said we're probably going to hopefully play Destiny 2 after this, but I might just do a deep dive into some of this Riot stuff. But moving on.
At the same time, man.
That's true. I do have 2 monitors. I can't do that.
You? I don't have 2 monitors anymore.
We need to get you back on there.
Well, I gave Brian one of my other monitors.
We can get you back on there.
I don't want 2 monitors.
I don't either. I've honestly been thinking about just getting a really...
You need to get one good monitor.
Yeah, I do.
You got those 2 PSPs
they're
on,
very
on
bad.
stands.
Yeah, they're very bad. I've thought about getting an ultra wide, honestly.
They're nice. They're expensive, but they're nice.
Yeah. Moving on. As one of the most anticipated games of the year, all eyes were on the upcoming Call of Duty Modern Warfare, where they announced the impossible no loot boxes. According to an Activision blog post, the next entry in the popular franchise will rely on a battle pass system first popularized by Fortnite and now in every game from Destiny to Apex Legends. While the battle pass will contain exclusives, there will also be content obtainable by just playing. The post also says that there will be no a la carte DLC maps, season pass, and that any post-launch maps will come out on all systems at the same time. Finally, anyone worried that the guns and the like will be locked behind a paywall need not worry, as they will be available through playing the game. It is also important to remember Activision has done things like adding loot boxes after most reviews were published.
So yeah, I think it was last year after most of, at least the big gaming outlets published their reviews of Call of Duty, they put a bunch of loot boxes in Battlefield 4. Or, I'm sorry, in Black Ops... No. What's the name of that game? Black Ops 4. So just keep that in mind. Yeah. But if they keep their word, this is obviously huge. I kind of really do like the Battle Pass. I think that's something that Fortnite definitely does right. I don't think most people do loot boxes right. I think Overwatch is actually one of the few games that does it well. You get a decent amount of loot boxes every once in a while. You get coins, and everything's not super expensive. That's one thing that they do way better than Apex. Apex is so expensive, it's ridiculous. This is better, obviously, than what they did last year, and it makes me more excited for the game.
Now, what do you think the best way to get Call of Duty on PC is? Through Battle.net or through Steam?
I doubt it's even available. I think it's only on Battle.net.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I don't know though, but that's Activision's launcher.
That's true.
So it's probably only on.
I was just wondering because sometimes you never know.
Well, excuse me.
But I am excited to play. It is such a good. If I was growing up now playing video games, my mind would be blown.
I mean, there's always been a lot of good games, but
now it's just like.
You gotta get the Fortnite dabbing emote though, Yeah, exactly.
That's right, dab.
Yeah, I know my friends who play Call of Duty are gonna be super excited about this. As long as it's not pay to win Fortnite. As long as it's not pay to win, loot boxes don't bother me. But I am growing to really enjoy the Battle Pass.
Me too. It's starting to become one of those things.
It's almost like a subscription that you pay for every once in a while.
Yeah, it's like, hey, I'm enjoying this game. Here's some money for this amount of time, and it's not going to charge me all the time, and I get some cool perks.
Yeah, the big thing here that Activision has said is that there are going to be no guns or anything in the Battle Pass, I guess. So it's going to be free. Not free. I mean, it's going to be free, but it's going to be fair.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, you could whale out on this game. You're going to be better than me in X mode because you have this gun.
Well, I don't know exactly how it works. I think you may have to play a lot to get guns. I'm not sure, but you're not going to be buying it at the very least.
Yeah.
And this game comes out really soon, though. I guess we'll find out. All we need to
do
4 days.
Yeah.
I'm definitely. I'll probably wait until the review comes out, which will probably be in the next 2 or 3 days. So
I hope you can pre-download it.
I'm sure you can. I think it's 150 gigs.
It's so much.
Apparently, Red Dead 2. I think actually it might be 175.
Oh God.
And apparently, Red Dead 2 on PC is around the same. It's insane how big games are getting.
One Up Me. Patreon.com/One Up Me.
What does that to do with the price?
To help me get a new hard drive for my computer so I can play more video games.
Do you have an SSD?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting an SSD for Christmas. Call my I was gonna say Mimo, but my Mimo is no longer with us. Yeah, call I don't know, somebody will be like, yo, give me an SSD. They've gotten super cheap, so I could probably buy one myself.
I just need to gut some of these hard drives I have and put them in my PC. Just slam them in there. So that's a big game.
That's massive. That is massive. I'm super looking forward to it. Looking forward to the single player.
I'm not going to do the thing I did last time, though. I'm going to buy the normal version.
Oh, did you buy the souped up version? You didn't even play the game that much, dude. I think I just tried to pet a dog. I don't know. I think just had a stroke. I reached my hand over like I was gonna pet a dog. I think I just saw the ghost of my schnauzer.
Oh, I also had a schnauzer.
I liked him. His name was Tyson, like chicken. He liked chicken. He's dead.
Because you fed him too much chicken.
Nah, he was like 12. That's fine.
Oh, that's old.
Oh, okay. Let's move on to the final piece of news.
So I read this, and when I just read the title, I was like, did BlizzCon happen while I was gone? How did I not see that? But, obviously, I've quickly remembered that BlizzCon did not happen yet.
Yeah, so with BlizzCon just a couple weeks away and Blizzard desperate for some good press, the company may welcome a new round of leaks. These supposed leaks contain huge news for both Overwatch and Diablo if true. Firstly, Overwatch streamer Metro revealed some massive news supposedly destined for BlizzCon. According to the streamer, Blizzard will reveal a trailer with characters like Tracer and Mei, and then the Overwatch 2 symbol will appear, followed dramatically by the number 2.
And they'll be kissing.
Metro also says the game will include both big PvE and PvP game modes with a whole new style of play, more MOBA-like gameplay such as leveling up your character to change their abilities. Yeah, that's very interesting. I wonder if they're gonna. He said he also tweeted. I think he might still be randomly tweeting things about the game. So if you want to go follow Metro on Twitter or go, he's an Overwatch streamer on Twitch if you were interested. But he's talked about how he doubled down. He's like, no, this is gonna be Overwatch 2. It's not gonna be It's not gonna be what's it called, an expansion. But I kind of think it's gonna be kind of an expansion because I think it would be a mistake to sell. Maybe that they make Overwatch 2 but Overwatch 1 goes into Overwatch 2 because they're not gonna. They spent probably hundreds of millions of dollars on Overwatch League, so that's not going anywhere. It would be, I think, it would be a PR disaster if they tried to make Overwatch go away and replace it with Overwatch 2. But at this point, it's all but confirmed that Overwatch 2 or something, like Overwatch 2 is coming. Kotaku and Jason Schreier have reported on it. And now this guy who has, in the past, had things right, is talking about it. I'm super, super excited. I don't know what it'll be, but I'm definitely excited about that. I wonder if they're going to finally kind of expand on the lore more. Like he talks about this video that's going to have some characters in it, some big characters like Mei, Winston, Tracer. Apparently according to Metro again, there's going to be no new hero and no new map. Those two, especially the no new hero, I don't know how well that would go over.
Yeah, they definitely.
If they announce Overwatch 2, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
But you tell me Overwatch 2 is going to come with no new heroes?
Not one.
Yeah, that sounds kind of.
What if you are the hero?
All the tens of millions of people who play Overwatch, are they just going to make their own hero?
Yeah. And it's an MMORPG.
So it's World of Warcraft? It's just World of Warcraft?
But with an Overwatch universe. It's City of Heroes with Overwatch.
I'm not playing.
City of Heroes, Overwatch, baby. No? DC Universe Online Overwatch, baby sort of a thing?
I don't know what kind of... I'm not playing any MMORPG. You're not going to get me.
Dang it.
Even... No.
One day.
No.
One day.
No. No. Destiny 2, The Division, Sea of Thieves. These MMO lights are the best you're gonna get because they're actually good.
I just want you to.
What?
I just want you to play an MMO with me.
I played Destiny 2 with you. I don't like MMOs. They're bad.
They are. They're almost as bad as card games. Like
nothing is as bad as card games.
That's true. And I've liked MMOs, but
along with the Overwatch details, though, Metro also claims Diablo 4 is on its way, and it may be confirmed by book title.
The Art of Diablo. The Art of Diablo.
Yeah, it was released actually like an ad in a German magazine titled Game Star. According to GameSpot, the book has, quote, over 500 artworks from Diablo, Diablo 3, Diablo 2, and Diablo 4.
No, that's Diablo LV.
That means 4.
Stupid.
That means 4. Metro claims to have a source tied directly to a Blizzard developer, and he was right about the reveal of the Overwatch character Ash. With all the bad press Blizzard has gotten and the claims of BlizzCon protests, Blizzard cannot afford to mess this up.
No, they can't.
They don't even need to mention the words
mobile
or Diablo Immortal. They need to.
Just zip the lip.
Do not mention
the lip.
If you say Diablo, it sure as hell better have the number 4 immediately afterwards.
Diablo 4.
20. And then they just dab on stage.
That's right. And then they say, if you pre-order it, you get Diablo 1, all the expansions. Diablo 2, all the expansions. Diablo 3, all the expansions. For no extra cost. And it's coming out today.
Metro also said that they're working on a Diablo 2 remaster.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Diablo 3 is the only Diablo I've ever played.
Same.
And I do know that people love Diablo 2, though. I don't know why I know that, but I do. Because I'm a gamer.
It's really popular. You are a gamer. So, I'm
super excited for BlizzCon. I'm also, all this crap. I know people are going to say they're going to protest it, so that's very interesting.
Yeah, it's, I just can't.
Yeah?
You can't win! You can't win with the gamers!
Well, Blizzard made a boo-boo.
They did.
It was made a boo-boo. They banned the guy for too long. And I understand they want to make their money, and I don't condone violence against Blizzard. I understand that 99% of the people that work at Blizzard have no say in this.
Exactly.
And I also understand that even for the 1% or whatever of the people who did, it probably wasn't that easy of a decision. And they made it too quick. They made it way too quick. They should have thought it through.
Banned for life. What?
And they did go back on it, at least somewhat. He got his prize money and he got his ban reduced. Still think it's a little silly that the casters got banned. They did. I understand that they didn't immediately cut, but it's a little silly. And it does suck for them. It sucks a lot.
Does suck.
Obviously, I'm not gonna sit here and say that Blizzard did the right thing, but it's not easy, you know. And they, yeah, like I said at the top of this, they need a win very badly, very, very badly.
Aside from these two things, what else do you think they will talk about?
I mean, they'll talk about, and I'm sure there'll probably be another Hearthstone expansion, which is probably, I cannot imagine when they mention the words Hearthstone, people are gonna be like holding up signs and stuff. I mean, they're gonna be holding up signs.
Yeah.
You know, support Hong Kong the entire event, but you know the people putting on this event have got to be just shaking in their boots.
Oh yeah, 100%. They're just got a bunch of angry nerds in a building. Yeah,
especially if they have actual cause to be angry, because usually they get mad if like the new Fortnite dab isn't deep enough,
or something like
now they have an actual legitimate cause. Somebody might get murdered.
Remember what they did when Tifa's boobs were smaller? Like they went insane.
I don't remember
or
that.
Bigger or whatever. It doesn't matter. Gamers are insane sometimes.
Sometimes
I'd say 99% of the time.
100% of the time, there's a sect of. I hate the word. I don't want to use the word gamer anymore.
I don't either.
I'm gonna move on from this. I am excited for BlizzCon. I think there'll be. I do think both of these things are happening, in some form or fashion. I think there'll be a new Hearthstone expansion. I'm sure they'll probably talk about. Maybe, I don't know. They might. I really don't know.
What if they release a Diablo TV show?
Diablo, like a Netflix style thing. That would be awesome.
Like an animated Diablo show.
That would be amazing. I would love for them to release more lore, like for Overwatch, more comics, more.
I really want
more
them
shorts.
Yeah, either more shorts or more. Either one of those. Like I said, just lore in general. I really enjoy the Overwatch lore. I haven't hopped back in and played it too much. But
I wish I could remember what website this was on, but somebody was talking about how Riot is kind of almost maybe seeing a weakness in Blizzard and kind of jumping at the chance because this huge swath of super colorful worlds with multiple types of games, that's Blizzard's territory. That Blizzard is the one who has the interesting hero shooter. Blizzard is the one who has the super uber popular fantasy card game, you know?
MOBA.
So, yeah, they do have a MOBA, but they don't have a MOBA. They don't have League of Legends.
No, they don't.
They have Here's the Storm, which is is a probably very, 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 very distant third.
I'd say it might even be fourth.
Yeah, it might even be fourth. I don't know.
Because when I think of MOBAs, I think of League.
I think of League and I think of Dota.
League, Dota, Smite.
Yeah.
Then Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah. Smite might even be more popular.
Because Smite it has balancing problems like anything.
Everything. I mean, Overwatch is.
But you get to play as gods.
Yeah, you do get to play as
pretty sweet.
gods.
So.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. It was on. I'm not sure. I don't want to.
It was on the internet.
Yeah, it was on the internet. But yeah, that's it for the news section. We have some deals for you, Jordan. Read the people some deals.
Free Epic Games, everybody, from October 24th. That's true. It is quiet time. From October 24th to the 31st of this month, you're going to be getting QEB E2 Cube 2, as well as Layers of Fear.
Yeah, it's a spooky game.
Also, if you want to get some more shinies, the shiny Pokemon, you can.
If for some reason you're still playing Sun and Moon.
Yeah, Ultra Sun and Moon, you can get those from your local GameStop.
It's going to be shiny Solgaleo and shiny Lunala, right?
Correct. And for those of you that are super hardcore into this...
It's the 10th of November. We didn't say what day it was.
Correct. Each Pokemon is going to be level 60. Obviously, it's going to be coming with... what's it called? Correction. It's going to be available for Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Moon, and Pokemon Ultra Sun, and Pokemon Ultra Moon. So if you have any of those games, you can get these. Shiny Solgaleo is going to be coming with Sunsteel Strike, Zen Headbutt, Noble Roar, and Morning Sun. And Shiny Lunala is going to be Moongeist Beam, Psychic Shock, Moonblast, and Moonlight. they weren't really creative with Lunala's moves.
Well, then no, it sucks. So, also, there's a Steam sale coming up starting October the 28th. So, keep your eyes out for that. And Humble Bundle is changing their name, at least for now, to Humble Choice. Go check that out. They're doing some restructuring, reworking of the prices, I think, but also of other stuff. Just go check it out.
Yeah, I just went on their Humble Monthly, so if you were just curious of little taste, little dab of what they got going on this month, you get Call of Duty, World War II, don't know why that was hard for me to say, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, excuse me, having a little bit of heartburn from the fish sticks, and also the Spyro Reignited Trilogy, all for this month.
How much money is that?
So that is going to be for the low price of, so you can either get, looks like either $14.99 a month or $134 a year, or $20 a month and $180 a year.
Okay, yeah, so it's just different prices. Okay, yeah. I don't want to get super into it. I got you. Okay, so go check out Humble Monthly, Humble Bundle, whatever they're called. I don't know. They do good work. I think they give like 5% of every game sold or something.
Yep, 5% of every sale donated to charity. And if you're one of those a-holes, you could technically use that as a tax write-off.
I mean,
why not?
That might be true.
Yeah, so.
Now it is time, ladies and gentlemen, for the Magazine Meets Metacritic segment. Thank you to Game Informer for providing me this magazine. Here we go. Hold on. I got to get the big wheel out.
Oh, man. I'm glad you didn't let it get...
I hit my foot!
Oh, man. It's too big.
Definitely not super cringy. Definitely not the cringiest thing on the planet. Man. Wait, hold on. Come on, Bob. Bob Barker. We got Bob Barker in here spinning this wheel. Did I get a text?
Here we go.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll do it with my hands.
That actually wasn't bad. Okay. Gauntlet.
Oh, yeah.
Ow!
Give me the gauntlet.
Is this like Gauntlet Legends?
Let's find out.
I'm a little worried this is not going to be on Metacritic.
Gauntlet. Ranked 123rd. It's going to be an
Also, I did want to mention real quick, if you're interested at all, I'm getting really close to the mic. IGN did like their they redid their top 100 games of all time. So if you want to give that a quick look, see, it's interesting.
Gauntlet rated 123rd arcade game.
Oh, it's an arcade. Oh man, I'm gonna have a hard time finding.
It came out in 1985.
Oh man, there's no way this is gonna.
Here's their little ditty. If you saw 4 players huddled tightly around an arcade unit, they were likely journeying as a party in Stranger Things. No, in Gauntlet. A great class-based multiplayer dungeon crawler. The end.
Oh man, I don't see it.
It's okay.
I think we're gonna have to. There's a bunch of Gauntlet. It's an arcade game.
It is an arcade game.
Well, we gotta respin.
Okay, respin the wheel. Here we go.
This is awful. Gauntlet. I'm just kidding.
It's Gauntlet again.
Okay, Fallout New Vegas.
Yes.
From the people who are making Outer World, I think.
Fallout New Vegas ranked 155th for PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. It came out in 2010. New Vegas was filled with fantastic characters, branching paths, and flexible upgrade systems. They convinced players to journey through the Mojave wasteland repeatedly.
So I'm hoping it'll be longer. I'm waiting. Okay. Let's pull up the user reviews.
Yes.
This segment is probably awful. Okay.
For those of you that are curious, I really love Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I've had it for a while.
So these reviews might kill me.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the first 0 I see. buggy piece of crap. This might be a legitimate review. For example, shots to the wall, round a corner's pity damage system, controls accidental crashes, etc. It shouldn't even be called. It shouldn't be even called PC version. To be honest, because this isn't PC version. Or console ports are not automatically PC versions. Lack of PC optimization is the problem, but some idiots still don't get it. Graphics is a # joke. Looks even worse than one in Fallout 3. Absolutely horrible. Abomination. Damn. Abomination to the first 2 Fallout games. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that review means, but it sounds angry.
There is Fallout New Vegas kind of tore the community in half.
I've literally never heard a single person say they didn't like it.
Half the people like it, half the people hate it. Just like with anything, I
don't think it is. I think it's like anything, 90% of the people are on the same page, and there's 10% of people who are complete lunatics who scream about it. That's what we call a vocal minority.
That's a good phrase.
Yes, it is.
So yeah, I enjoyed Fallout. That was a fun little review. Thank you always for listening. We appreciate your subscriptions and you telling your friends and you downloading the show. And you're always welcome to interact with us on Twitter at @OneWayPodcast. You can interact with me on Twitter at @Swaylock. You can interact with Ryan if you'd like at Ryan Divisions. You can email the show onewaypodcast@gmail.com. And if you got some time while you're listening to this, just leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to this. Subscribe to the show. Tell your friends. Tell your families.
Yeah. Thanks to the Heatley brothers and Alicia for the I was gonna say icons, but the logo and the music and whatnot. If you want to, feel free to check out. Jordan is trying to do a podcast about animes called
Subtitled on Anime Podcast. It's wherever you listen to podcasts. So wherever you can hear this, just type in subtitles and it should pop up.
Yeah, and I have a thing called Games Cubed. You can find me on YouTube, although I have not released a YouTube video yet. But I'm also on Medium and Amino App's video game. I released a video on the state of Overwatch, or a article, if you want to call it that, on kind of the state of Overwatch in 2019, the problems with Overwatch. And I am about to release it feels weird saying an article on all the game subscriptions that are coming out, Game Pass, PS Now, etc. That should be out, if not by the time you hear this, very soon after, same day for sure. But we release this fairly early in the day, and I probably won't release that until 8 o'clock or so. So go check that out. That is Games Cubed.
All this will be linked in the description, so you don't have to search very far. You can just swipe up, left or right, or wherever the description is, or the show notes that you're listening to this. We appreciate all y'all, and as always, stay safe and play on.